Okay, guys, I am back with some adjustments as usual because that's what I do. Here is different because I decided I want to curl mine. Read between the lines, read between the lines. Anyway, and this little top, Target has these little tops, guys. I can't make mine do right. It looks good when I'm standing up. I might get a chance to do that, but right now it just looks like I got on shoulder pads and whew, and then there's always one arm up higher than the other one, but I do what I do. I digress. So anyway, I popped on here for just a moment because I think I'm probably going to be going out to an event later on. As I mentioned about the top, I'm going to wear some black leggings and some little black, I call them great toe sandals, the kind that holds your toe. But anyway, it's going to be cute. It's a little outing. So anyway, but I did pop on here just for a second to talk with you guys about something that I'm a seeker. I love information. I love to research. So with that being said, I have a desire to be able to go out to other countries, other areas to see. And my desire is to see how they worship. I love worship. I love worshiping my God. For those of you who don't understand that, prayerfully he'll enlighten you. But it's a desire of my heart, and I don't mean just like in maybe one country, but I mean multiple countries. And I'm saying that to say this: you need funding for it. So I've heard a lot of people say before, if they hit the lottery, what they would do, or if they somebody were to will them a certain amount of money, what they would do. And that's my question to you guys. What would you do if that were your plight? And I know the caption that I put on there, you're saying to yourself, oh, this chick has 400. Are we still there? This thing just cut off. But probably saying she has $400 billion and she didn't tell us. But anyway, I'm going to explain that later. I have been prophesied to be a multimillionaire, and I'm receiving that. If that is the limit, if that's the smallest amount that God wants to bless me with, I won't even be mad with being a multimillionaire. Billionaire, I'm going to keep that in mind. So what would you do with millions of dollars? Some people were saying before that they would just, I know one person who said that bar none, they would try to spend it in one day. I don't understand that. First of all, I don't know where you could possibly spend that amount of money in one day. Anyway, but what would you do with it? Because I know with myself, I've already told you my desire, and along with doing that and completing out my desire, I would like to bless other areas that I'm able to visit or that I'm able to touch. And I'm saying that to say this, but you have to be led by the Spirit of God. When I mentioned about the $400 billion, there was a guy by the name of Mansa Musa. Now, maybe his name changes in different areas or whatever it is. Initially, I thought maybe that was another name for Solomon. I don't know. Solomon in the Bible, for those of you guys who don't know who I'm referring to. But Mansa Musa was actually, I don't know if they said a sultan or what, or he became a sultan after he found or developed or whatever all these pieces of gold that he had. But he was from Mali in Africa, which I also did not know, not knowing history. And he, at this point in life, or what somebody says as today's value, he was still the richest person on earth. $400 billion. Now, if somebody has something else that they can show that, there's somebody else. But in the meantime, this black man was actually the richest man ever. And nobody has ever even gotten to that point. And that was shocking to me. And then to say that he was from Africa, it's like you always think that from Africa it was always poor, but I heard this other young lady say that it was made poor because I'm gonna explain. Mansa Musa actually became a Muslim, my understanding. And in order for you to be a true Muslim, you had to make that trek to Mecca. So he got all of his people, which were his tribe, his whatever, and they said that he also had slaves, which in your country, I guess that's what you're able to do now. Pulling from another country. That's a little, that's a conversation we have to talk about later. But anyway, they said his slaves wore satin and silk. Satin and silk. And I don't know if some people call them slaves, some people call them concubines. I don't know. But his ladies that carried his, I don't know if they carried the money or they carried his garments or whatever it is, but they were in satin and silk themselves. Best of fine fabrics, what have you. But on his trek to Mecca, they said that he started from Mali, which is like far west Africa, far west, almost southwest, I guess, all the way past, going up through Egypt and then on to Mecca. But on his trek, they said that he gave away money, gave away gold as he went through these particular lands to the people, to just the regular people. And in Egypt, I think there was a king or a sultan or something that wanted him to stop and chat. I'm just saying in my terms, chit chat with him, and this guy Mansa Musa decided he didn't want to do it because they said that he would have to kiss the king's feet and all this other stuff that I don't know anything about. But he eventually ended up saying, to keep the peace, he went ahead and did all that and then went on. They became allies and he went on to Mecca. And on his return back from Mecca, is he basically ended up doing the same thing, giving gold out to where it was. I think in the Arab areas where he went, he traded in those areas till he actually bankrupt some Arabian or the Arabian nation. Long story. I thought it was really, really interesting. But on his way back, when he returned back to Mali, other nations found out about what he had acquired or what Africa had acquired, and to make a long story short, they went after it, went and renamed countries and areas after other Western or European places or people, and you never know what goes on in history. All that, I'm saying this to say that you have to be mindful, and I'm talking to myself first. You have to be mindful when God starts dropping those multi-million-dollar blessings on you, that you consider the source, that you make sure that you are not getting yourself in a situation to where you now have new friends that you didn't have before. And I've heard a lot of people say that even with the football players. It's like once they get that contract, they've got cousins they never heard of before that used to live right around the corner, didn't bother about even chatting with them, checking to see if they were okay, checking to see if your mama good, how's your family, none of that until they actually got that contract. So putting this out here because this is how things happen. When this situation happens, I'm saying a situation, but I believe God. I'm just putting it out. You don't have to believe me. It doesn't make any difference. But I know the journey that I'm on, and it's going to happen. So, not saying that you forget people who you know needs help or whatever it is, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I'm saying that right now because we're on our way to an outing. So, probably it's going to be the Philharmonic in the park. So we're going to run out there just to kind of see what's going on. I don't know how hot it is out there. I don't know if I feel like being out there that long, but we're going to take that little trek out there. And then another newfound thing that I'm revisiting. When I was 17 or 18, something like that, my mom had me taking notes whenever they had their community meetings. And I'm actually, you know, part of my community now. I've been, you know, the secretary, I've been the treasurer, vice president, president, past president, all of the above. And I think it's important for you to be a part of your community, because at a certain point in time, we get to an age where we do have to govern. So, and if you're looking for the God's blessings, I would pray that you would be a good governor, a good person that can govern your affairs and can also govern the affairs of others. So anyway, I popped all over the place with this. And I just heard the car crank up, so I guess Mr. Sherman is out in the car waiting for me. It's good. He can wait. I'm worth it. So, I'm gonna talk with you. I almost said chit chat and talk, but I'll talk with you in a minute, because I think we're gonna go ahead and do this outing, and we're gonna take you guys with us. Okay? See you in a minute. So guys, we are still trying to get to the picnic in the park, and we decided not to pack anything, so we're at Popeyes, and we have been sitting here at Popeyes chicken for the last almost 20 minutes. But I don't know, I guess we'll get there pretty soon. See you in a minute. So guys, we were not able to actually find a parking space. It's so crowded down here. I'm gonna try and see if maybe we can get closer, or maybe I can get a view from somewhere else. But we have been riding around for the longest trying to find a parking space, and it looks like as soon as we pull up, it's like somebody looks like they just got that parking space. So I'm going to try this again. Maybe if we went back on the other side of the road, we'll be able to show you a little bit of something. But as for right now, sitting in the park, picnic wise, we can't find a parking spot. So guys, we ended up finding a parking space after all, and now we just need to find somewhere to sit. See you in a minute. So guys, we made it here. It is so crowded out here. So many people. And we're not even at the front. We're just like on the outskirts or the outside of it. We want to get all the way up there. So we'll see what we're able to do. This dude found us a parking spot. So anyway, let's see what we can do.
Come and enjoy yourself, and please, please enjoy the Savannah Philharmonic.
Hello, I'm Buddy Carter and have the honor and privilege of representing the 1st District in Georgia. Let me tell you, Savannah is the best city, in the best district, in the best state, in the best country in the world, and I'm proud to be here today. You know, we're able to gather here today, and thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to the City of Savannah. Thank you to WTOC, Georgia Power, Inmark, everyone who sponsored this event. But we would not be able to gather here today if it were not for our freedom and our...
My name's Terry O'Neill, and I am honored to represent the Savannah Philharmonic as the executive director. And I know this seems like a really big thank-a-thon, and it needs to be, because there are so many valuable sponsors and partners that make this event that takes a full year to plan, to make sure that we, the Philharmonic, can give the gift of music to the entire city and the surrounding areas. So on behalf of the board of the directors, the staff, the team of volunteers that make this event possible, I just want to say thank you. And I also want to say that during intermission, we're going to have a very special piece of the program. So stick around, pay attention, and enjoy yourself, and let us color your world with music tonight. Thank you for being here.
All right, thank you, Terry. Thank you, everybody on stage and our presenting sponsors for this magnificent evening. Also, we want to give a special thanks to our military and their family. Let's give it up for them.
those lines, as these brave men and women are fighting for our country and our freedoms, their families are at home protecting the home front. And we also want to thank these two gentlemen's spouses. We want to thank Jackie Escobar and Natasha Robbins for being here and allowing them to share their husbands with us here tonight. We appreciate that. There they are.
So we did finally get our little Popeyes chicken. And as I mentioned before, I wear my little leggings with my little sandals. So anyway, so we're gonna try and enjoy. I see the Philharmonic is just getting set up up there. So I'll come back once they start. Representative Van Johnson there, networking. Not sure what he's passing out there though, but anyway. Oh no. So guys, the Philharmonic is getting ready to start, but as you can see, umbrellas are going up, and that is the sky.
What do you drink? Beer.
So we shall see what happens.
North of anything, it'll just increase the breeze a little bit and help cool us down. But again, it was flying down to the north, River Street, maybe raining, but here we actually look pretty decent. And this should be the last. Again, onshore flow, you never completely know, but it's applying that cooling breeze that you're feeling out there right now. For the most part, we're actually looking pretty good, Cyria.
All right, let's take one last chance to thank this guy one more time. Are you ready to get the show on the road?
There we go, there we go, there we go. Please welcome Savannah Philharmonic's guest conductor, Gene Che. Let's give Maestro Che a huge Savannah welcome.
cannot escape history. That is what he said. That is what Abraham Lincoln said.
Hey guys, so we're back now. We didn't stay for the second half. Sherman had to go to work early in the morning, so he's got to get some sleep. But the only thing that we missed would be the cannons at the very end. Um, at the very end, so we did miss that. Other than that, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. And the weather was good. We thought it was going to rain for a little while, but it didn't. The meteorologists that were there said that it wasn't going to rain. They don't know everything, but in this particular time, they were right. And my little shoulder things are still. This is. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, you guys. It's really, really cute when you see the whole thing. I probably should have stood up, but I said that the first time. I didn't even do it that time. But anyways, I'm a little tired myself, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. But we had a great time. If you ever get a chance to go out to the picnic in the park there with the Philharmonic, take that opportunity. It was a lot of people out there. There was no parking at all. And finally, we did see someone else go in the park. So we asked them, if it was okay, that they think it was okay where they were parking. And they were like, well, they charged $10 for you to park there, but we were okay. It was safe. So anyhow, back in the bedroom here now. Yeah, I didn't even feel like sitting where I normally film, but anyway, you guys have a great night. See you next time.